Why did Jimin suddenly vanish? Has his smile all this time been hiding deep pain? Who or what drove him away from the world he once embraced with all his heart? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more emotional BTS updates and the truth behind Jimin's silent disappearance. Jimin disappears from the spotlight. What's really hiding behind his smile? There is a smile that never seemed to fade, a soft voice that has healed countless hearts, a pair of warm eyes that comforted a world in chaos. But today, that warmth is gone, without warning, without a trace, without explanation. Jimin, the angel of BTS, has disappeared from the spotlight. And now, a single question echoes through the hearts of millions. Where is Jimin? It all began with silence. It's been over a week since Jimin last appeared on camera. No Instagram updates, no live streams, no sightings, not a single heartbeat from his usually vibrant online presence. At first, fans thought he was simply resting, taking a short break. But worrying began to twist into fear when one subtle but haunting detail started circulating online. His smile had changed. He was smiling, but his eyes weren't. One army tweeted, "The Jimin I know always had stars in his eyes, but now, it's like he's forcing himself." The tweet went viral. Thousands began rewatching recent clips, scrutinizing every expression. Then came a shocking fan-recorded backstage video from BTS's last concert in Japan. The clip showed Jimin sitting alone in a corner, head bowed, shoulders hunched. At one point, he looked up into a mirror and smiled softly, just for a second before dropping his head again and quietly wiping away a tear. That 17-second video became a devastating tremor across the fandom. So, what's really going on? Speculations erupted. Some fans whispered about mounting pressure from the agency. Others believed Jimin was feeling left out as several members pursued individual paths overseas. But the most painful theory began to rise from the cracks of fan concern. Jimin is going through heartbreak. An anonymous source claiming to work within one of HYBE's private events alleged that Jimin appeared visibly shaken after one of the members took a secret trip abroad and didn't include him. It's said he shut himself inside a waiting room afterward and refused to speak for hours. Was this merely coincidence? Was this reading too much into little moments? Or was there truly a wound Jimin's smile had been hiding for far too long? While questions grew louder, an unexpected clue emerged. A haunting painting was posted to Jimin's story a week ago just before he vanished. It depicted a dry, lifeless tree standing alone in a vast desert under a grey sky. Beneath it, the small shadow of a boy curled up, barely noticeable, trembling. No caption, no explanation, just a message only the heart could feel. AIMEs immediately connected the dots. This wasn't just art, this was a silent cry. Was the boy him? Was the empty landscape his loneliness? Was the silence his exhaustion? Still no sign of Jimin's smile. No update, no interaction. Not even an automated post from HYBE. Reporters tried contacting insiders and background dancers. The answers were all eerily similar. "We can't comment. Jimin Young just needs some time. He's taking a step back from everything." The word time struck harder than anyone expected. Because when Jimin goes quiet, ARMY knows it's never without reason. His silence speaks louder than any song he's ever sung. And his absence, it's an echo of something much deeper. But why now? Many believe it ties back to group dynamics. The growing bond between Jungkook and Taehyung, now constantly traveling and appearing together, didn't go unnoticed. Fans started pointing out how Jimin's expressions grew distant whenever he saw the two together. The looks, the silences, the way his smile seemed pasted on rather than felt. "He looks like he's watching something slip away," one fan whispered in a forum, as if he's being left behind, without anyone noticing. And maybe, just maybe, they were right. If you go back and rewatch his last live, you'll see it too. His eyes dart, his smile falters. He speaks, but there's a quiver in his voice, as though he's carefully picking each word to avoid cracking open completely. Now, the world is holding its breath, waiting, watching, hoping that somewhere out there, Jimin is healing, that he is resting, that anyone is holding his hand in the darkness and telling him, it's okay to not always be the light, because the truth is, even the brightest stars get tired of shining. Even angels need a place to fall. It's okay to rest, to cry, to be human. You've given us your soul through your voice, your dance, your tears. Now let us give you space and love in return. We'll be here, every day, every night, waiting, not for a comeback, not for a post, but for you. When you're ready to smile again, for real, we'll be here. What's really hiding behind his smile? But sometimes, the deepest silences come from those who always speak through smiles. And Jimin, he has smiled through storms we never saw, through doubts we never heard, and through pain he never named. Until now, long before the lights, the stage, and the crowds chanting his name, there was a little boy in Bison who danced not for fame, but for freedom. Park Jimin. He was small, delicate, often mistaken for fragile, but those close to him knew there was a fire in his heart. He wasn't born into spotlight. He earned every flicker of it through sweat and scars. And yet, even then, that smile of his was already there, tender, luminous, slightly sad. His dance teacher once recalled, Jimin was the type of student who would rehearse until his toes bled, then bandage them and rehearse again. He never let pain win. But sometimes, after everyone left, I'd find him sitting alone, staring at the floor, tears falling silently. He learned early that the world doesn't always notice pain unless it's loud. So he trained his sadness to be soft, invisible, polite. He put it behind a smile so convincing, even his closest friends couldn't tell the difference. Joining BTS wasn't just a dream, it was a battle. Jimin was the last to join. He often admitted he felt he had to catch up, to prove he belonged. He trained endlessly, pushing himself beyond limits. In early interviews, Jimin always laughed the loudest, gave the warmest hugs, and held the hands of his members during hard times. He became their emotional anchor. But anchors can sink too. The pressure of being the heart of a group so massive began to grow. Fans noticed his fluctuating weight, his exhaustion, his near-obsessive pursuit of perfection. Every mistake on stage, every missed note, haunted him. Yet he never complained. Instead, he smiled. He always smiled. Even when his eyes were red from crying backstage. Even when he clutched his mic with trembling hands. Even when he whispered, "I just want to do better." He gave everything. But perhaps in giving so much, he forgot to keep a little piece for himself. There were times Jimin wrote letters. Real, handwritten ones. To his members, to fans, to himself. One letter, never released to the public, but later shared by a staff member in confidence, began like this. To the one person I never learned to love properly, myself. You forgive everyone else, but never me. Why? That letter was never mailed. But the words say everything. Jimin has always extended compassion outward, to the hurting fan, to the struggling member, to the world. But when the time came to offer it inward, to the boy in the mirror, he fell silent. And maybe that's why he vanished. Not out of anger, not out of drama, but because he needed, for once, to find the version of himself that could receive love, not just give it. Meanwhile, speculations continue to rise. Some suggest he is secretly preparing a solo comeback. Others believe he's in quiet recovery from emotional burnout. A few more cynical voices claim there has been internal conflict within the company or even among members. But those who know him and best know this. He doesn't leave because he's angry. He leaves when he's hurt. He withdraws not to punish, but to protect. And so the world waits. Armies have begun leaving messages under old posts. Come back when you're ready, Angel. We miss you, but your healing matters more. Your smile saved us. Now let us protect your silence. His last live was played over 100 million times in just 3 days. Not because of what he said, but because of what he didn't say. The pauses, the downcast eyes, the unfinished sentences. Now, across the fandom, fans are creating art in his honor, drawing the boy under the tree, painting him with wings, writing letters addressed to no one, hoping maybe he'll feel them, and maybe he will. Maybe, somewhere in a quiet room, Jimin is reading, watching, feeling, maybe, for the first time in a long while. He's not performing, he's just breathing. Some believe Jimin is healing far away from the chaos in a small town no one knows.